What's up, guys? Welcome back to PlacePicks. If you clicked on this video, chances are you're sitting there right now calculating how much of your paycheck disappears into rent, groceries, and just basic survival in whatever overpriced Western city you're stuck in. Well, I've got some absolutely life-changing news for you today. What if I told you there are places on this planet where you can live like an absolute king on $500 a month or less? I'm talking about waking up to tropical sunrises, having your morning coffee cost 50 cents instead of $6, eating restaurant meals for $2 and actually being able to save money while living better than you ever have in your life. But here's the best part. These aren't just cheap places. We're talking about countries where English flows freely, where your Western background is genuinely appreciated, where the expat communities are thriving. And let's be completely honest here, where the dating scene is absolutely fantastic for Western men. Today, I'm counting down the 8 cheapest Asian countries where you can relocate permanently and live like royalty. These are places where $400 to $500 a month gets you a lifestyle that would cost you $4,000 back home. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be booking a one-way ticket to paradise. Before we jump in, let me set some ground rules. Every single country on this countdown allows you to live comfortably on under $500 monthly, has real visa options for long-term stays, won't leave you playing charades to buy groceries, and has established expat communities you can actually connect with. These aren't vacation spots, these are legitimate relocation destinations. All right, let's get into it. Coming in at number 8, we have Bangladesh. And guys, this is for the absolute budget warriors among you. We're talking about living costs so low they seem almost fictional. You can live a comfortable middle-class lifestyle here for $300 to $400 a month. That's what some of you spend on coffee back home. In Dhaka, you can rent a decent apartment with air conditioning, security, and elevator access for $200 to $400 monthly. Local Bengali meals cost $1 to $3, and they're incredibly flavorful once you adjust to the spice levels. Transportation is practically free. Rickshaws cost pennies, and even hiring a private car for a full day rarely exceeds $20 to $30. Your Western income literally creates wealth here. We're talking about having domestic help, eating out constantly, and living in neighborhoods that would be completely unaffordable back home, all while saving the majority of your income. And here's where Bangladesh gets interesting for guys with some capital. The $200,000 investment visa provides genuine residency, and the rapidly growing economy creates opportunities that don't exist in more saturated markets. The textile industry dominates, but there's huge demand for Western expertise in technology, education, and business consulting. Now, let's be honest, Bangladesh requires serious cultural adaptation. This is a conservative Islamic society where dating follows traditional patterns with heavy family involvement. The infrastructure is improving but can be challenging, with regular power outages and monsoon flooding that disrupts daily life. The expat community is smaller and focused mainly on business and development work. You'll need to learn basic Bengali for daily interactions, and healthcare requires medical evacuation insurance for serious issues. The dating scene here is extremely traditional. Most relationships happen through families, and casual dating as Western guys understand it doesn't really exist. If you're looking for serious commitment leading to marriage with significant family involvement, it can work. If you want to date casually, this probably isn't your destination. Bangladesh is perfect for guys who prioritize extreme affordability and business opportunities over social life and dating options. It's emerging market living with all the trade-offs that entails. At number 7, we have Sri Lanka, the hidden gem that most guys completely overlook. This island nation packs incredible diversity into a small space. World-class surfing, misty tea plantations, ancient Buddhist temples, and pristine beaches all within a few hours' drive. Sri Lanka's British colonial heritage created deep English proficiency that persists today. Unlike other countries where English is just for tourists, here it's woven into education, business, and daily life. You can handle complex legal matters, medical consultations, and business transactions without translation services. You can live very comfortably for $350 to $450 monthly throughout most of the country. In coastal towns like Gala and Arugam Bay, you can rent entire houses with gardens and ocean views for what a studio apartment costs in Western cities. Housing ranges from $200 to $500 monthly for excellent options. Local Sri Lankan food is incredibly flavorful and cheap. Rice and curry meals cost $1 to $3. The seafood is fantastic and affordable, and tropical fruit is abundant. Transportation is amazingly cheap, with buses costing pennies and three-wheelers being affordable for short distances. Sri Lankan Buddhist culture creates a peaceful, contemplative environment that many Western expats find refreshing. There's an emphasis on mindfulness and community that's quite different from competitive Western individualism. The cultural heritage is extraordinary. You're living among some of the world's most significant Buddhist sites, colonial architecture, and natural wonders. Weekend trips can include temple visits, wildlife safaris, or relaxing on uncrowded beaches. The economic challenges over the past few years have created both opportunities and risks. The positive side is your Western income goes even further than before. The negative side is currency instability and occasional shortages of imported goods. Most expats maintain foreign bank accounts and bring money in as needed rather than keeping large amounts in local currency. Infrastructure is adequate, but not cutting edge, with improving internet but occasional power outages. Dating requires cultural sensitivity, particularly regarding family involvement and Buddhist customs. However, relationships between Western men and Sri Lankan women are socially accepted, especially among educated urban families. The Buddhist emphasis on compassion and mindfulness creates a different approach to relationships than you might be used to. Sri Lanka works well for guys who want English-speaking island diversity with cultural richness at excellent value, but it requires patience with economic uncertainty. Number 6 is Cambodia, and this country attracts a very specific type of expat, guys who prioritize authenticity over convenience and adventure over comfort. If you want to experience genuinely untouched cultural traditions where your presence as a foreigner is still noteworthy, Cambodia delivers. Cambodia's cost of living is genuinely shocking. You can rent a decent apartment in Phnom Penh for $200 to $400 monthly, eat well for $5 to $10 daily, and cover all transportation needs for under $50 monthly. We're talking about middle-class comfort for what you'd spend on groceries back home. A $250 apartment typically includes air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and building security. Food costs are minimal if you eat locally. A full meal at a local restaurant costs $2 to $4, including rice, meat, vegetables, and soup. Transportation is dirt cheap, with tuk-tuks costing $1 to $3 for short rides. Cambodia wins the award for the most straightforward visa system in Southeast Asia. The business visa costs just $35 and can be renewed indefinitely. There are no income requirements, no degree verification, no bureaucratic nightmares, thus just simple, predictable renewals for about $200 to $300 annually. This visa flexibility is huge for digital nomads. You're not constantly worried about visa runs or changing requirements. As long as you can afford the renewal fees, you can stay indefinitely. Living in Cambodia means accepting trade-offs between authenticity and convenience. You'll experience genuine Khmer culture, participate in traditional festivals, and build relationships with locals in ways that aren't possible in more touristy destinations. But you'll also deal with power outages, inconsistent internet, and infrastructure challenges. The expat community is tight-knit because living here can be challenging, so expats tend to look out for each other more than in easier destinations. Cambodia is a conservative Buddhist society where family involvement in relationships is significant. Western men do marry Cambodian women, but successful relationships require genuine respect for local customs and often substantial family integration. English proficiency is limited outside expat areas, so learning basic Khmer phrases is almost essential for daily life and definitely for dating. The expat community provides crucial support networks since the dating scene outside expat circles requires serious cultural adaptation. Let's be honest about the challenges. Healthcare requires careful planning and medical evacuation insurance for serious issues. Safety requires normal urban precautions plus awareness of local conditions. Infrastructure is improving rapidly, but power outages and internet disruptions still happen. For digital nomads, this means planning work schedules around potential connectivity issues. Cambodia is perfect for adventurous guys who want maximum authenticity and minimum costs, but it's definitely not for everyone. Coming in at number 5 is Malaysia, and this country represents something unique in Southeast Asia. Genuine first world development in infrastructure and services while maintaining third world affordability in daily living costs. It's like getting all the benefits of living in Singapore at a fraction of the price. Malaysia's colonial history created excellent English proficiency throughout the country. But unlike other former colonies, Malaysia has built upon this foundation rather than letting it decline. Walk into any government office, bank, or business, and you'll find English-speaking staff who can handle complex transactions. The healthcare system rivals Western countries. Malaysian doctors often train in the UK, Australia, or US, and medical tourism has driven healthcare quality to international standards. A routine doctor's visit costs $8 to $15, and even complex procedures cost dramatically less than Western equivalents. Malaysia's cost structure allows for premium lifestyle choices at budget prices. In Kuala Lumpur, you can rent a modern condo with gym, pool, and security for $400 to $600 monthly. These aren't budget accommodations. We're talking about buildings that would cost $2,000 plus monthly in any major Western city. Food costs reflect Malaysia's incredible diversity. Local Malaysian food incorporating Malay, Chinese, and Indian influences is incredibly cheap and delicious. A full meal at a hawker center costs $2 to $4 and represents some of the best food in Asia. Transportation costs are minimal thanks to heavy government subsidies. Public transport in KL is excellent and incredibly cheap. You can travel across the city for under $1. Movie tickets cost $3 to $5, and craft beer runs $3 to $6. Malaysia's MM2H program is one of the most legitimate paths to permanent residency in Asia, though recent changes have made it expensive. The new 2025 tiers require deposits ranging from $150,000 to $1 million plus mandatory property purchases, but they provide genuine 5 to 20-year renewable visas. The new DE Rantau Nomad Pass specifically targets digital nomads earning $60,000 plus annually, providing 12-month renewable stays with tax benefits. Malaysia's multicultural composition creates a unique social environment. While officially an Islamic country, the multicultural reality means significant tolerance for different lifestyles and relationships. Dating dynamics vary between communities and urban versus rural areas. In cities like KL and Penang, educated professionals are generally open to international relationships, though family approval remains important. The expat community is well established and diverse, including regional business executives, retirees, and digital nomads. Professional networking opportunities are excellent. The GMT plus 8 time zone is perfect for Asia-Pacific business operations, and sophisticated financial infrastructure makes it an excellent base for regional business activities. English proficiency means contracts and professional relationships can be conducted without language barriers. Malaysia works perfectly for guys who want first-world amenities and infrastructure while maintaining Asian affordability and serving as a base for regional business operations. At number 4, we have Indonesia with a focus on Bali. And guys, this isn't just another tropical destination. Bali has become the unofficial capital of digital nomad culture in Asia, creating something totally unique where ancient spiritual traditions coexist with cutting-edge startup culture. What makes Bali special isn't just the scenery, though the rice terraces and volcano views don't hurt. It's the culture of conscious living that has evolved here. Your morning routine might include meditation at sunrise, your workday happens in a bamboo co-working space surrounded by jungle, and your evening winds down with healthy dinner at a restaurant that sources everything locally. The expat community isn't just tourists passing through, it's a legitimate ecosystem of entrepreneurs, digital creatives, wellness practitioners, and lifestyle entrepreneurs who've built real businesses and communities here. Bali's cost structure is beautifully flexible depending on how you want to live. You can rent a basic room in a local area for $150 to $200 monthly, or splurge on a villa with a private pool for $800 to $1,200. Most digital nomads find their sweet spot around $350 to $450 monthly for a comfortable lifestyle. Local warungs serve incredible Indonesian food for $1 to $3 per meal. Nasi goreng, gado-gado, and satay. That's fresh, filling, and authentically delicious. The international food scene is equally impressive, with excellent restaurants serving everything from Mexican to Japanese cuisine at $8 to $25 per meal. The wellness scene adds a unique dimension. A yoga class costs $3 to $8, massage therapy runs $10 to $20, and luxury spa treatments are a fraction of Western prices. Indonesia has really stepped up its visa game for digital nomads. The new Digital Nomad visa, launched in 2025, specifically targets location-independent professionals earning $60,000 plus annually, providing one-year stays with renewal possibilities. The second home visa offers an even more attractive option for people with significant resources. For a $130,000 investment, you get a 10-year visa that's essentially permanent residency. Bali's Hindu culture creates a fascinating environment for Western expats. Unlike much of Indonesia, which is predominantly Muslim, Bali's Hindu traditions are remarkably open to outside influence and integration. Relationships between Western men and Balinese women are common and socially accepted, though family involvement can be significant in traditional families. The international expat community also provides plenty of opportunities to meet people from various backgrounds. What's unique about Bali is how spiritual practice becomes part of daily life. Even if you're not particularly spiritual back home, you'll find yourself drawn into the island's rhythm of ceremonies, offerings, and mindful living. Internet speeds of 50 to 100 megabits per second are standard in expat areas, with many co-working spaces offering even faster connections. Co-working spaces in Bali are some of the most beautiful in the world. Infinity pools, jungle views, healthy cafes on site, and communities of interesting people working on cutting-edge projects. The GMT+8 time zone works well for Asia-Pacific business and provides reasonable overlap with European hours. Healthcare is good in main tourist areas, with several international clinics staffed by English-speaking doctors. Bali is perfect for guys who want to combine work with conscious living, spiritual growth, and access to one of the world's most dynamic digital nomad communities. Number 3 is Thailand. And if you've been researching expat life in Asia for more than 5 minutes, you know Thailand tops every list. There's a reason for that. After decades of hosting Western expats, they've basically perfected the formula. Thailand isn't just expat-friendly, it's expat-optimized. This is a country that has built entire industries around making Western expats comfortable while maintaining its cultural integrity. Walk into any government office in Bangkok, and there's probably someone who speaks English and understands exactly what paperwork you need. The expat infrastructure here is unmatched in Southeast Asia. International hospitals with Western-trained doctors, international schools, legal firms that specialize in expat issues, and grocery stores that stock everything from peanut butter to craft beer from your home country. But here's what makes Thailand special. All this convenience doesn't come at the expense of authentic cultural experience. You can get excellent healthcare at an international clinic in the morning, explore a 600-year-old temple in the afternoon, and enjoy street food that costs less than a Starbucks latte for dinner. Thailand's cost structure is beautifully flexible. You can live like a backpacker for $300 a month, like a middle-class local for $500, or like expat royalty for $1,000. Most guys find their sweet spot around $400 to $500 monthly for a comfortable lifestyle that includes occasional splurges. In Bangkok, you're looking at $300 to $600 for decent housing in expat-friendly areas like Sukhumvit or Thonglor. The real value comes in places like Chiang Mai, which has become the unofficial capital of digital nomad Thailand. Here you can rent a beautiful one-bedroom condo for $200 to $350 monthly. Street food and local restaurants are incredibly cheap. Pad Thai from a street vendor costs $1 to $2. A full meal at a local restaurant runs $3 to $5. The beauty of Thailand's food scene is the variety. Incredible Japanese, Korean, Indian, and Middle Eastern food at reasonable prices. Thailand's visa system has evolved into something remarkably expat-friendly. The new Digital Nomad visa provides 5 years of multiple entries for people earning $60,000 plus annually, which translates to essentially unlimited stays as long as you leave briefly every 180 days. The traditional retirement visa remains one of the most straightforward in Asia. If you're over 50 and can show $2,000 plus monthly income or $25,000 in a Thai bank account, you can get a renewable one-year visa. The Elite Visa program offers guaranteed long-term residency without age or income restrictions. Starting at around $16,500 for 5 years, it's expensive upfront, but provides complete peace of mind. Thai dating culture represents an interesting blend of traditional values and modern openness, especially in urban areas. In cities like Bangkok and Chiang Mai, you'll find educated, career-focused women who are completely comfortable with international relationships. Dating apps work well here, and the social scene is active and welcoming to foreigners. Thai culture is generally accepting of mixed relationships, though family involvement can be significant if things get serious. What's refreshing about Thai dating culture is the directness. There's less game playing than in Western dating scenes, and people are generally upfront about what they're looking for. Thailand's infrastructure is what happens when a country takes tourism and expat services seriously for several decades. Healthcare rivals Western countries in major cities. Transportation infrastructure is excellent, with Bangkok's BTS and MRT systems being clean and efficient. Internet infrastructure is world-class in urban areas. You can get 100 plus megabits per second fiber internet for $15 to $20 monthly. The GMT plus 7 time zone works perfectly for digital nomads focused on Asian markets. Thailand is perfect for guys who want the most polished expat experience with excellent infrastructure, world-class healthcare, and proven long-term visa options. Coming in at number 2 is the Philippines, and if Vietnam is the perfect starter country, the Philippines is the perfect comfort zone country. You get all the benefits of Asian living without any of the language barriers or cultural confusion that can make expat life challenging. Let me be crystal clear. The English situation in the Philippines isn't just many people speak some English. English is literally an official language here. Business is conducted in English. Education happens in English, and your landlord, doctor, dentist, and bank manager all speak fluent English. This isn't just convenient, it's life-changing for long-term living. You can handle complex bureaucracy, negotiate contracts, build genuine friendships, and navigate medical emergencies without playing charades or relying on translation apps. The Philippines delivers incredible value, though the math works differently depending on where you land. Manila commands higher prices, but even there, you can live comfortably for $400 to $450 monthly if you're smart about location and lifestyle choices. The real value comes in secondary cities like Cebu, Davao, or Iloilo. In Cebu, you can rent a one-bedroom condo in a decent building with pool and gym for $250 to $350 monthly. We're talking about modern buildings with security, reliable power, and often partial ocean views. Local Filipino food is incredibly cheap. A full meal at a carinderia costs $2 to $3 and will keep you full for hours. Filipino cuisine is hearty, rice-based comfort food that happens to be affordable. Entertainment costs are fantastic. San Miguel beer costs $1 to $1.50 almost everywhere. Movies are $3 to $5, and there's always something happening that doesn't cost much money. The SRRV is basically a golden ticket to permanent residency. If you're over 50 and have either a pension of $800 plus monthly or can deposit $10,000 to $50,000 depending on your situation, you can get genuine permanent residency. Even if you don't qualify for SRRV, Americans get 59 days visa-free on arrival, and you can extend that up to 36 months total without leaving the country. The new Digital Nomad visa, launched in 2025, specifically targets remote workers earning $60,000 plus annually. Filipino culture has a unique relationship with Western influence that makes integration much smoother than in other Asian countries. Because of the historical American connection, Western customs and dating practices aren't foreign concepts. Filipino women are generally open to relationships with Western men, and these relationships are completely normalized socially. You won't get stares walking down the street with a Filipino girlfriend or wife. The concept of Filipino hospitality isn't just a tourism slogan, it's real. You'll find yourself invited to family gatherings, local festivals, and community events in ways that create authentic connections. Let's be honest about infrastructure because it's important for setting realistic expectations. The Philippines is improving rapidly, but it's not Thailand yet in terms of consistent, reliable services. Internet speed has been a major complaint for years, but fiber internet is widely available in cities now. The introduction of Starlink has been a game changer for digital nomads. Healthcare is good in major cities with several world-class hospitals and English-speaking doctors. Costs are dramatically lower than Western countries. The Philippines is perfect for guys who prioritize English communication and want established systems with clear permanent residency paths, but need to be realistic about infrastructure limitations. And the number one cheapest Asian country where your money goes absolutely insane is Vietnam. Guys, this country should be at the top of every expat's consideration list, and I'm not exaggerating when I say Vietnam offers the sweet spot between affordability, convenience, and quality of life that's almost impossible to find anywhere else in the world. Vietnam is like that perfect song that gets better every time you hear it. The more time you spend here, the more you realize how perfectly everything just works. We're talking about a country that's modernized rapidly, but hasn't lost its soul in the process. You've got gleaming skyscrapers in Ho Chi Minh City standing next to family-run PHO stalls that have been serving the same recipe for 3 generations. The expat community isn't just tourists passing through, it's a legitimate mix of digital nomads, business owners, teachers, and retirees who've made Vietnam their permanent home. Let's break down what $400 to $500 a month actually gets you in Vietnam, because these numbers might blow your mind. In Ho Chi Minh City, you can rent a decent 1-bedroom apartment in an expat-friendly neighborhood for $300 to $400. We're talking about places with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and often a small balcony where you can watch the organized chaos of Vietnamese street life unfold below you. But here's where it gets crazy. Venture outside the main expat zones, and that same apartment drops to $200 to $250. I know guys living in beautiful places in District 7 paying $180 a month for what would cost $1,800 in any major American city. Food is where Vietnam really shows off. A bowl of pho that could feed you for lunch costs about $150. A full meal at a local restaurant with fresh spring rolls, grilled meat, and rice, $3 max. Even Western food is affordable. A decent burger and fries runs about $8 to $10. And transportation is almost laughably cheap. Rent a motorbike for $40 a month, grab a helmet, and you've got complete freedom to explore. Uber and Grab work perfectly here, and a 20-minute ride across the city costs maybe $3. Vietnam doesn't offer retirement visas like Thailand, but don't let that scare you off. Most guys start with the 90-day tourist visa, which gives you 3 months to explore, find an apartment, and get your bearings. When that's about to expire, you can either do a quick visa run to Cambodia, seriously, it's like a weekend trip, or transition to a business visa through one of the many consultation companies that specialize in helping expats. The business visa sounds complicated, but it's really not. These companies handle all the paperwork for about $300 to $400, and you end up with a visa that can be renewed indefinitely as long as you maintain some kind of business activity. Vietnamese dating culture is refreshingly different from the hookup culture that dominates Western cities. Vietnamese women, especially in the cities, are educated, career-focused, and genuinely interested in building meaningful relationships. There's no game playing, no 3-day text waiting rules, no endless casual dating cycles. When you meet someone here, there's an understanding that you're both looking for something real. Family is huge in Vietnamese culture, which means if things get serious, you'll be meeting parents, siblings, and probably half the extended family within a few months. Some Western guys find this intimidating, but honestly, it's refreshing. You know where you stand, and there's genuine support for building a life together. Learning Vietnamese isn't mandatory. English works fine in the major cities, but even basic phrases will completely change how people respond to you. Vietnamese people are incredibly patient with foreigners trying to speak their language. If you're working remotely, Vietnam is basically paradise. The internet infrastructure has improved dramatically over the past few years. You can get 50 to 100 megabits per second fiber internet for about $11 a month, which is faster and more reliable than what many people have in expensive Western cities. The time zone GMT +7 is perfect if you're working with Asian clients or trying to maintain some overlap with European business hours. Co-working spaces are everywhere in the major cities, with day passes around $5 to $8 and monthly memberships rarely exceeding $50. Coffee culture here is unreal. Vietnam takes coffee seriously. They're the world's second largest coffee producer, and the cafe scene is perfect for digital nomads. You can camp out in a beautiful cafe with excellent Wi-Fi, endless coffee refills, and street food delivery, all while watching the world go by. Vietnam combines the best of everything: incredible affordability, improving infrastructure, welcoming culture, amazing food, beautiful scenery, and genuine opportunities for both business and relationships. Whether you're looking to stretch your retirement dollars, build a location-independent business, or find meaningful relationships, Vietnam delivers on every front. The learning curve is manageable, the expat community is supportive, and the visa situation, while not perfect, is totally workable for long-term living. Most importantly, Vietnam still feels authentic and exciting rather than over-touristed and commercialized. All right, guys, there you have it. The 8 cheapest Asian countries where you can live like absolute royalty on $500 a month or less. Whether you choose Vietnam's perfect balance, the Philippines' English-speaking paradise, Thailand's polished infrastructure, Bali's spiritual adventure, Malaysia's first world amenities, Cambodia's raw authenticity, Sri Lanka's island diversity, or Bangladesh's extreme budget living, you're choosing a life with more freedom, more value, and more opportunities than what you're leaving behind. The hardest part isn't choosing which country. It's making the decision to actually do it. Every day you spend watching YouTube videos about expat life instead of living it is a day you're not experiencing the incredible lifestyle that's waiting for you. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pick your top choice from this countdown, go to Google Flights, and look up ticket prices for a 90-day test trip. Don't book it yet if you're not ready, but just seeing those numbers will make this real, instead of just a fantasy. Your new life is literally one plane ticket away. The only question now is, which of these amazing destinations gets the honor of being your new home? If this video opened your eyes to what's possible, smash that like button, subscribe for more life-changing content, and drop a comment telling me which country caught your attention. Are you Team Vietnam for the perfect balance, Philippines for the English advantage, Thailand for the infrastructure, or are you feeling adventurous enough for Cambodia or Bangladesh? The lifestyle upgrade potential is incredible. We're talking about luxury living at poverty prices, respectful cultural integration, and communities that welcome your contribution. Your Western passport, income, and background create genuine advantages in these destinations. Stop making excuses, stop overthinking it, and start planning that trip. Your future self will thank you for having the courage to make the leap. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we dive deep into exactly how to make this move without screwing up your finances or burning bridges back home. Peace out.